Hi everyone, this is our product Mango AI.
Picking a place to eat is tough, but picking one with a group is even harder. Everyone wants something different, and the group chat goes nowhere. That's why we created Mingle AI, the fastest way for groups to decide where to eat. Just start a group chat with your friends and talk about what you want to eat. Mingle AI analyzes your conversation to suggest restaurants that match your group's cravings. Get relevant suggestions tailored to your group. Once everyone agrees, we drop a booking link in the chat. The more you use it, the smarter it gets. No more arguments or decision fatigue. Download Mingle AI for free today. Group decisions made simple. Picking a place to eat.
Now let's hear what some of the biggest challenges are when planning as a group from some people that we interviewed.
For our group, usually it's one person in charge of it. That means if that person is not available, usually some plan will fall out. Or when the group is really big, it's kind of hard to find a time to like satisfy everyone's schedule.
Problem is there's a lot of apps we have to review. Like for restaurant order, we have to go like Yelp. Uh, and for those entertainments ordering, tickets ordering, we have to go different specific apps like Disneyland and Universal Studio have different apps, so we have to download those.
All right, let's talk about the market size. From a survey, we found that around 30% of USC students are interested in using Mingo AI if it offers recommendations with discounts. Given that USC has about 46,000 students, that's a sizable early adopter segment for our initial launch. Now let's look at the bigger picture. In the US, the dinner market is about $1.2 trillion. So we are not directly exposed to this market. This proves the potential in the lifestyles of the dinner market and further shows the need of restaurant recommendation. Moreover, there is a $180 billion activity and experience market and about $160 billion in local advertising and promotions. The key point is that there is currently no AI-first product that focus on group-based discovery in this space, so we can see a really promising market opportunity here.
And then let's talk about the competition analysis. So currently in the market, there are some apps that touch the similar area. For example, the Discord plus AI chat. It has a revenue of $725 million in 2024. And also Yelp, which provides a platform for people to share their reviews and ratings about restaurants. And it has a revenue of $1.4 billion in 2024. However, they have their own deficits. For example, they do not have an AI for group planning, and also they do not have the local discovery. And more importantly, they do not have a business partnership with local restaurants. But our Mingo AI can do all of this. So we can understand the group chat. It will analyze the group conversation and context. And also, it can make real world and actionable recommendations to users. And more importantly, we build a connection with local merchants and local restaurants. So we'll offer our users an exclusive discount when they dine in those restaurants.
So here we have a short demo of our product, just showcasing some of its different features. So this is our landing page. We have a user and a restaurant registration. So for the restaurant registration, we need some basic details from the restaurant, such as their website and their cuisine, so that we can make the recommendations accordingly. And then this is the bidding interface. So here's where they set up their bid amount, their max monthly budget. So they would configure that here. And then we have the user login and registration. This is a previously created user. We can see them here just creating a new group chat. This is our chatting interface. and we can see them inviting a new user to the group chat. That's also an existing user in the platform. And we can see that users can tag each other in the group chat and chat in real time, as we see here. And then we'll see that they are talking about dining out, and one of them is going to suggest Italian Santa Monica, for example. And then this user would invoke the AI from the chat, and then we see the options here. In this case, those two top recommended options are ones that are in our system and that have active biddings. And so here we have a flow chart showing the technical overview of our system. So as mentioned, our system revolves around the group chat. So we implemented WebSockets for live communication between group members. And then at any point, as we saw in the video, any user can invoke the LLM from the group chat, and then the LLM would analyze the context, which in this case is the chat history. And the LLM will identify the sort of sentiment and intent from the users based on what they were discussing about food. And then after that, it'll run a recommendation engine to provide the top 5 recommendations based on what cuisine they were interested in and what location as well. And then these recommendations are essentially generated by merging relevant restaurants that are in our platform with active biddings, and then restaurants pulled from an external web search. And then we use these restaurants from an external web search just as a backup in case we have less than 5 relevant restaurants in our platform. And then this video just is a continuation of the technical overview. It shows some live details.
Side by side with the local run of the app, just to demonstrate in real time and showcase what our system does when it tries to recommend restaurants for a given group chat based on what the users were discussing. So on the left-hand side, we have the terminal for the backend of our system. And then right-hand side, we have the app itself. This is just a group chat I previously created. You can see it has 2 users in it, and they were discussing to do Italian in Santa Monica. And then we can see the LLM got invoked when it got tagged here. This rec me. It recommends options when you do that. But I'll just run it again in real time just so we can see the logs right now in the video. So I'll just start again to give options, and then we can see the logs here. So when the LLM is invoked, what it first tries to do is it analyzes the intent for the chat. In this case, the intent in our case has 2 sort of driving points for the recommendation. It's going to be cuisine and location. So for this group chat, it saw that they were talking about Italian and Santa Monica. So those are the 2 sort of key points that were extracted. And then based on that, it runs an internal search to gather restaurants that are in our platform and that have active biddings, because those restaurants are going to take priority in the recommendations. So in our case, we have 2 restaurants in our system that are relevant for this sort of query. So we gather those 2, and then we need to find 3 more in this case because we want to recommend 5 in total. So we need to get 3 more from an external web search. So at this point, if there are any restaurants to be still left to be collected to get to that 5 number, then we use DuckDuckGo search to do a web search based on whatever query we extracted. So in this case, Italian restaurant in Santa Monica, as we can see here. We're just looking for official websites, so we can put that link in the chat. So we do that, and then based on the results of that web search, we use an additional LLM call after that to gather or to produce a JSON output based on that web search result. So in this case, based on that web search result, we can see we collected these 3 restaurants here, and we gathered the name of the restaurant and the official website of the restaurant. And that's pretty much it. And then after that, the LLM gets or collects all this information and just creates a natural language response for the user, which is what we see here on the right-hand side. And then we can see initially it does try to do, we can see some logs here. So the user also has the option to upload a PDF, and then that PDF is being used as part of a RAG pipeline that's also integrated into this. So in theory, the users could upload any PDF that might be relevant to a restaurant search, maybe like the dietary restrictions of the different users in the group chat. And then in this case, that would be, or here we would see some vector search and some match for that, if that's the case. In this case, I don't have any PDFs that are relevant here, but if the users do upload it, that's why we see logs here for that. So the combination of these 2 things, the users being able to invoke an LLM from the group chat, the LLM analyzing the chat history and any potential PDFs that were uploaded as part of a RAG pipeline, are some unique elements to our app that currently no other platforms really offer in that sense for restaurant recommendations.
And here are some live reactions from users that were testing out our app.
Today, I'm glad to be invited for this Mingle AI test, and I'm going to have a trip to Minnesota next week, and I'm going to use this to find out which restaurant is the best there, and maybe plan my trip a little bit around it. And let's start. First, I think we need to create a chat, which should do amazing trip to Minnesota. Yeah, great. Great, we're here. And I like to invite someone with me. Oh yeah, here's a new user. Go into add him. He's probably in this chat now, but maybe he's not active, but whatever, I'm going to ask some. Hi. You should. I'm going to visit Minta next week. Got no worries. We got this, right? I'm going to add rec me, right? Tell me best Chinese restaurant in so and I'm going to ask him. Oh yeah, we got some kind of thinking process. Hopefully he will give some recommendation. Chinese recommendations in Minnesota. First is Payway Asian Kitchen, and wow, we got a link here. Maybe I should visit this link later on to see what offer they got for me and this Shaoli China restaurant. Yeah, perfect. And I'm and check it out and get back to me for your opinion. Yes.
Okay, Holland send me some message. Actually, I'm visiting Minnesota this week. Okay, some Chinese restaurants. Let me check. We have. It looks like some rice food. Okay. Yeah, I have some ideas. Okay. Actually, I want some pizza. Oh, Minnesota. Okay, I got some restaurant list about Minnesota restaurants. Let me upload it. Okay, upload successfully. Okay. Let me ask the AI about the restaurants. Load and find some pizza rest. Okay. Oh, I got some pizza recommends here. Looks good. 3 pizza houses. Perfect. I want some pizza here. What do you think? All these pizza house. Okay, let's go. Today I'm glad to.
And that's it. Thank you, everyone.